Okay, okay. Well, I'm the last obstacle before the nice finish of the evening. You gonna bear with me? Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you why I'm extremely happy to be here today. I'm really happy because I know for sure that my parents have had romantic sex with the sole idea of making me. And then when they realized they're getting a strange person, I said it's too late. The warranty is off, so thank you very much. Going to my presentation, which is going to be the most serious presentation of this evening. I would like to ask you to take a look at these 6 children. Take a look at their faces. You see their faces? Can you please tell me one word which characterizes these faces? Happiness. Happiness. Can you imagine? You're magicians. You just realized that these 6 people, these 6 kids are happy. How do you recognize that? They're smiling. Is there a connection between smiling and happiness? Do you want to be happy this evening? Now, when we talk about smiling, I would like to talk a little bit about happiness and also smiling. Because for me, smiling and laughter is a prerequisite for happiness. It's also a consequence for happiness. And you have just helped me to prove it. So we don't need more scientific proofs. To make it simple, there are a lot of quotes about happiness. And one particular I really love is the metaphor that happiness is like a butterfly. And the more you try to get it, the more you run after it, the more it's trying to elude you. It's just after graduation, I'm going to be happy. After I get that position, I'm going to be happy. After they fire my boss, I'm going to be happy. No, definitely after I get married, I'm going to be happy. Probably having sex, so I don't know. But you know, and it's still, you know, happiness is running and the butterfly is over there. And at a certain point, you get to the point of life where you look back and say, what have I done? Where is the happiness I've been looking for? And people that are wiser than my humble self, I think they found the secret. Happiness, if you just stop looking for it, if you just sit around and you carry on paying attention to the little things around you, happiness, like a little butterfly, would just come on your shoulder. You want to know more? Okay, you're getting very philosophical looks. Okay, so we are very lucky. I told you I'm so happy. You should be so happy as well. I mean, you're unique. Unique. You know what's the chance to be born a plant? It's quite a big chance. Do you know what's the chance to be born an insect? Okay, smaller than being born a plant, but still a big chance. What's the chance of being born an animal? Okay, much less. What's the chance of being born a human? Of being the human that my colleague spoke about? Very, very tiny. So, starting from the beginning, from the moment we're born, we are meant to be happy. We're lucky, we're happy. Now, where does my interest come into such kind of strange topic and serious topic like happiness? Well, first, it's a very trendy thing. A lot of serious organizations are taking a look into happiness. A lot of different researches are done. A lot of countries are even considering to change their GDP measures to GDH measures, gross domestic happiness. Can you imagine? A politician comes in front of you and says, are you happy? No. Okay, you're fired. Next politician. Just imagine. Lovely, huh? Okay, that would be really, really interesting. So that's where my interest comes from. And of course, what I try to do my own mind, because of course you read our people's minds, you read some books, you read some research, but it's important to make your own mind. And I decided to make my own research. Can you imagine me, non-professional research? And what I did, I made a non-representative research. I interviewed 23 people only. Not 1,000, only 23. Then, my research was totally non-scientific. I decided one day, after a late night, trying to eat the special hangover soup, I decided that maybe I should ask this or this question, and I put 2 questions. So absolutely non-scientific approach. After that, it's a very subjective, because I invented the questions. Me, nobody else. And then, very biased survey. I chose the people who I want to speak with. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? It's like, well, I got an A on my exam. Yes, of course you got an A because you studied hard, you work with your people, you were prepared with some help notes or whatever you call it. That's it, okay. So, very biased, I choose the people. And also absolutely non-professional. This is the first survey I made in my life. So, please bear with me. Now, this was a very, very strange process for 2 weeks. And I can say now, with all my heart, this has been one of the best times in my life. These 2 weeks. I didn't sleep some nights, but I had the chance to speak with 23 happy people. 23 happy people. And this is the story I want to share with you tonight. More important, when I was speaking with these people, I got the chance to have a contact with people who want to share, who are eager, who I cannot stop them talking. I have 2 questions for you. No, shut up. I will tell you now what happiness is. And they carry on and they get so excited. And you know, this excitement brings excitement back to the other person. See what happened when you smile to the person next to you? Some of you say, oh, beginning of a beautiful relationship. You never know. I heard stories from the heart. I heard stories that really made me laugh, made me almost cry. Then the last thing, I got inspired. I got so much fun, and I want to share part of that fun with you. So my first contestant was a 8 months old baby. And that 8 months old baby, I'm going to share what the person did, but first some statistic about the sample. So I have children under 12, 4 of them, teenagers 3. I have employed people, I have several entrepreneurs, and I have pensioners. And you know that being a pensioner in Eastern Europe, and especially in one of the most challenged countries in terms of the pension system, Bulgaria, it's a difficult thing. So for me, it was very interesting to understand what these people think about happiness. A little bit, I would say, disbalance in terms of male-female. And this is because in the higher ages you're going to see, I think some of the men were off playing football or something, I don't know, but they were not so reachable. Jumping to my first person, to my first contestant. And I want to say something which is very important. This little guy proved once again that I'm looking into people. I'm looking into 23 human beings, normal people. And let me make one disclaimer. When I say I interviewed 23 happy people, these are not people that don't have problems or challenges. These are people who have their own personalities. Sometimes they're not okay with themselves. Sometimes they have strange events happening to them. These are people with a lot of emotions, like all of us. These are people who go through obstacles all their life, like each one of us. They have obstacles, they try to overcome. Sometimes the wall is too hard, they break their head, they try to go around or whatever. People with obstacles, but more important, people on a path. And this path is what makes us human beings. The path to live on our planet Earth. Is it a nice exercise? Of course it is. So let's go to, you see? Very nice. I think my colleagues would agree that the importance of positive feedback is very important, you know? Even if you make it to yourself. Now, my first guy. So 8 months old guy who had really a problem explaining to me what happiness is for him. My problem was that I really don't speak baby language anymore. So after trying to communicate for some time, the guy was so happy and so energized for me to take a photo of him. And then I spoke with the parents. And take a guess, the parents were very open. We ate, we drank. By the way, yes, I'm the parent, so it's normal. Okay, so what I learned from the parents, this guy is extremely happy by breastfeeding. I didn't want to use the word with yes, you know, but breastfeeding makes him happy, smiley face. Oh, his mother always asks to take his hat off, you know, before the breastfeeding, otherwise it's dangerous. This guy is so happy when he gets attention from giants. You know that babies, they call giants us, you know, the strange looking big guys. Oh, there is another monkey giant coming. Oh, he's laughing at you. And last but not least, a dry diaper. Now this can make any baby as happy as hell. Okay, so let's move on. We have then a 2-year-old guy, and this guy is on a child of one of my neighbors. And this guy loves his mommy. So his mommy makes him happy. And you can see it. Oh, he's running behind her. She tries to go to her apartment, and the guy's, mommy, mommy, and he's chasing her, you know. So lovely, lovely. I started to understand more and more the language, and the body language especially. Now, this guy loves food. This makes him so happy. Like, I'm going with a sandwich, and the guy just goes, and you can see there is a happiness, desire in his eyes. And of course, he loves his toys, especially there is a big red car, which he has difficulty to climb on and to climb back, but he loves it so much. And I'm thinking about one thing. His father doesn't allow him to go with a car in their apartment, but always says, let him drive your car in your apartment. Now I understand why. Because the car has very hard edges and is ruining the parquet. Okay, okay. I'll speak with the guy. Then comes another gentleman. Now, this guy insisted that I don't put him like 6 years old because he doesn't want to look old for the cheeks. Okay? Okay, different people, what can I say? That's okay, I'm going to take a picture, so give me your best smile. And the guy showed me his 55 tooth, okay? Well, what's happening, you know? It doesn't matter. So, what's good for him? Again, you see there is some balance. The guy is very happy with his mother. And I'm also very happy because, and this sounds strange, he is happy with his mother. I'm also very happy that he is happy with his mother because his mother is my wife. Which, okay. Okay. Now, I was so surprised. He said mommy before the food. Because again, you know, children, they see food, you know, the telescope is on. Now everything switches off. So he loves cereals. And there are these cereals now in Sofia with the wolf. So the wolf cereals, give me cereals, you know, whatever. And also, I love the way he explains that he loves toast sandwich. So he's watching a cartoon and I ask him and he goes, this means a toast sandwich. And third one, he likes not being a hero. He's very happy with Hero. This is a family dog, which is normal, you know, dogs. Good. 9 years old, little lady, happy with playing with her friends. Playing with her friends. What games, I ask? Any games. Playing with her friends. Second, listening to music. What kind of music? Not chauga. You know chauga? Okay, not good. Not listening to chauga, and also riding her bicycle and riding her rollers. Very happy, very energetic young lady. Then we start into the teenage years. Okay, you know, now teenager years starting to go from a little bit younger. I would expect in 50 years a 5-year-old is going to say, okay, so I'm a teenager. Okay. So this gentleman, he likes being with friends, and this makes him so happy. This amazed me. He's happy having fun with his family. I wouldn't expect that from a teenager. No drugs, no alcohol came, no think about sex yet. Okay, okay. Also, he's very happy with playing football and computer games. And his mother asked not to put exactly the computer games, but I'm going to say Battlefront, Star Wars, and a lot of other stuff which I saw. He showed me his collection, a big collection. A lady, in the first years of a teenager, a warm summer day. Can you imagine? A teenager lady likes a warm summer day. So all the men that think that teenage ladies think about something else, forget it. They think about a warm summer day. Being with her friends makes her really happy, and her family. Then we come to 18 years old. The sun makes her happy. It's on, she's happy. It's out, she's not happy. It's very clear. Very clear. And I think it's a great help to her parents. You know, she's not happy, turn the sun on, okay. Buy a big projector, okay, whatever. Her boyfriend, I will not go into details on this one. And her dog. I should, but discussing with her, not here in the audience, okay. Then we have a 24-year-old guy, and his happiness comes from his relationship with the family. His family. The loved one, the success of the relatives. 27 years old. And you can see how things evolve when the years go up. And for each person it's a little bit different. 27 years old. Blossoming trees. The lady is expecting a baby. Makes her happy. 29 years old. Again, links with the family, with the love, the eyes of a child that can make you laugh, can make you smile. Again, lots of love. I really love this one from this 31 years old lady. An idea for the better that you have invested time, energy, and work in, and it has come true. Makes her happy. I'm not going to comment on the mojito. It's clear. Mojito and nice music. We have a 34 years old lady. And you see again things related to the family, to the friends, to love. A gentleman, 35 years old. Family, sports. This guy really loves to play football. And he likes his work. This makes him happy. 37 years old. Sunset, is it nice? The proofs in life that people still do good to each other without prejudice. Family around dinner. Then a gentleman, again the family comes out. Time with friends to play. We play ping pong with this gentleman. He is very good, but I'm going to beat him, don't tell him. Seeing people around him happy. Seeing people smile. Seeing people in a good state. Again the sun is coming. Again the love and the appreciation. And being healthy. Being fit. 55 years old. Good health, work, and love. Of course. Where do you go without love? 60 years old gentleman. The mountain. The mountain makes him happy. Being in the mountain, going on the paths. The ability to move. The ability to be able to take step after step. Exchange of positive energy. Does this count for sex? Okay, good. 68 years old. The grandchildren. His healthy spirit. This gentleman, I was amazed. He has different illnesses. And again, he was so happy. And I think this is part of what's taking him step further. The circle of friends. They have a circle of friends with whom they meet for 48 years. 48 years they're together with a bunch of friends and they meet at every possible occasion. 76 years old. Being in touch with nature and tiny things. He talked for a lot of time about a small plant of peppers. Red pepper, one, and a lot of green pepper. A small plant, which they planted last year. Being active and being able to create things. Writing a book. Symphonic music, classical music. The aesthetic for the ear and the eye. 82 years old. And she's two people before the last person I interviewed. Her son and her grandchildren's happiness. Makes her happy. Beautiful things. A flower, something nice, something little. Being able to make others happy. She made me so happy. She prepared for our interview such lunch, and I was full after it. And she made it just for me. Lovely. 19 years old lady. That I'm 90 and each morning I can look out and see that my eyes are okay. And I can see and I can be happy with what's happening outside. Little things. She was talking how she is knitting a sock for her grandchild. That makes her happy. Happiness of other people. How she was so happy that one of her friends had a grandchild. And last, a lady, 94 years old. I met that lady 4 years ago. I met her again last week. She was still working in the garden. A lady which finds happiness in working in the garden. And the flowers that blossom and the flowers that she puts. And happiness in life as a whole. So, having said that, after sharing all these personal stories, I have just one last thing to show you, my last slide. And it is very simple. As we go through our life, we should not try to chase the butterfly and chase happiness, but we should look around at the little things around us that in fact are representing this butterfly. We should look at the little things around us, and then the butterfly is going to fall on our shoulder. And no matter how we go in each step of our life, no matter how old we are, whether we are a man, a woman, where we are in the teenage years, a baby, or growing up, in every year of our life we have a chance to be happy. And this depends on us. Depends on what we do, how we do it. Please remember everything you heard from the other colleagues that are here. And I would say that life is like a mirror. If you smile at life, it's going to smile back to you. Do you agree on that? Okay, so let's make exercise and we finish. Can you all get up? If you agree, just get up. Get up. Okay. So now, having in mind what we spoke today, having in mind what we talked about happiness and all the things, the choices we have, are you happy? Yes. So now, you turn to one side and you give all your happiness to the person next to you. You give a big hug, okay? And then you do it to the other side.